Hey YouTube, coming at you today with another book review. And this book is somewhat of a tempest in a teapot. The book in question is What a Fish Knows by Jonathan Balcombe. This book is not a book that you need in your collection to keep fish. It's not a book that's going to help you medicate them or treat them better. It's a book that will give you some more of the esoteric values of fish husbandry. These fish in our tanks are under our care. We need to observe them closely to recognize when disease may be affecting them, or hunger may be affecting them, or breeding conditions are appearing. We need to do more than just feed and care for the water. We need to observe our fish. Anyone that has kept a large cichlid can tell you that they show extreme intelligence, that they understand what's going on around them, that they observe their surroundings closely, that they interact with their owners, that they interact with the person that feeds them or cleans their tank. Fish are not unthinking, unfeeling automatons. They're creatures with perhaps emotional responses and perhaps a much higher intelligence than science at this date will give them credit for. Now, Balcombe has written many books, and most of them are to do with animal rights. So some people review the book thinking that this is just another axe for him to grind, to go after the fishery industry, to go after our thoughtless, careless strip mining of the oceans. And those are perhaps valid points, but I think that his interest is very much in line with those of us who seek to keep fish. We want to be able to have fish from the wild be introduced new to the hobby when they are discovered, and yet rivers are being dammed that are destroying fish that we don't even know exist yet, and pollution is occurring in the oceans, of which we've discovered about 5% of. 530 million years ago on this planet, fish-like creatures came into being. 90 million years ago, they developed jaws, which caused an explosion, a proliferation of new species being developed in the fish world. We've discovered about 5%, explored about 5% of the ocean. We've probably explored 40% of our freshwater habitats. We don't even know how many species of fish there are. We've discovered a lot of them, been named and classified and found, and are being kept in the hobby, but we don't really know the full extent of the species of fish on this planet. And yet we net them by the hundreds of thousands of tons to put on plates across the world, and we have little to no care about how these creatures are treated when they're being harvested. Now, Balcombe uses a lot of the new science that is being developed. The brain studies on fish are beginning to knock down the idea that they have no mammalian brain capacity and nor the organs nor the functions that mammals have, which we consider higher brain function. Science is proving that these organs do exist. It may not, at this date, make the leap that Balcombe makes in his books. Some of his leaps are probably a little bit before what the actual science says. But everyday experiments with fish prove more and more how subtle their intelligence is, how interactive their intelligence is, how trainable and training they are. Anyone that's kept large cichlids can tell you that their fish work overtime to train them, to feed them when they're ready to eat. I don't have any large cichlids in this tank because I'm afraid they'll predate my L260 fry, and I want some cichlids in there, and there are a couple that I can probably put in. But even my tetras, which I've always considered a dither fish for large cichlids, even my tetra fish work hard to train me. As afraid of me as they are, they understand that I'm the one that feeds them and that they do their best to train me to feed them on time, to give them what they want. What a fish knows is a very introductory step into what I think that most deep hobbyists that spend a great deal of time observing the fish under their care will recognize, that they are far more in tune with their surroundings than we ever give them credit for in science. Is this a book that you have to keep fish? No, it isn't. Will this book give you a much better understanding of the creatures under your care? Yes, it will. I really think that anyone that is highly invested in this hobby needs to go out and get a copy of this book. It will broaden your horizons. It will give you new understandings of fish. Good luck.